A bumpy ride. Catherine's first assignment in the group was to help figure out what went wrong in an accident involving a small Piper propeller plane. The plane, which was flying along in an unremarkable fashion, literally fell out of the clear blue sky and crashed without apparent cause. The National Advisory Committee for Aeronautics received the plane's flight recorder, a device that tracks an aircraft's speed, acceleration, altitude, and other measures of flight. The information was essential to figuring out what had happened. It was Catherine's job to analyze the photographic images of the plane's instruments, recorded in very small increments of time. Hour after hour, day after day, she looked through a film reader, studying what was happening to the plane before the crash. She learned that the propeller plane flew in a path perpendicular to that of a larger jet plane that had passed through the area a few minutes before. The engineers set up an experiment, recreating the circumstances of the accident, flying a test plane into the trailing wake of a larger plane. The data from the experiment also arrived on Catherine's desk. It was eye-straining, monotonous computer work, but Catherine loved it. When the engineers analyzed Catherine's work, they were fascinated to recognize something they hadn't realized before. The data showed that the air disturbance caused by a jet that flew past could trouble the air for as long as a half hour after it had passed through. This wave of air had tripped up the smaller propeller plane as it flew through it, causing it to stumble and crash. This was a revelation, and Catherine was thrilled to be a part of the team that uncovered it. The research done by Catherine and the engineers on the team led to changes in air traffic regulations, requiring minimum distances between flight paths to prevent similar accidents. Catherine thought that the report was one of the most interesting things she had ever read. She also felt satisfied to have helped with such an important project.